Yep.
Okay. Call to order, 4:35. Excuse absence, I have Hannah. Who else?
Paulo
Paulo
and Aaron.
and Aaron. Yeah, that's gonna drive me right around the edge. Good. But a motion to approve the excused absent.
Sure.
Jamie. Any opposed? Oops, passed. Land recognition. Got it handy there, Matthew?
Yep. The Sault Ste. Marie Public Library is a gathering place where community comes together to share stories, to explore new ideas, and to gain knowledge of the past. It is through this unique position in our community that we support and promote truth and reconciliation with Indigenous peoples. We acknowledge with respect that we are in the Robinson Huron Treaty territory, that the land on which we are gathered is the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe and is known as Batawing. Batawing is home of the Kentanagishpi, Garden River First Nation, Batchewana First Nation, and the historic Sault Ste. Marie Métis Council. The library and we as individuals have a deep desire to bring about change in our community and move forward together as diverse and inclusive peoples. We are dedicated to honoring Indigenous history and culture and are committed to moving forward in the spirit of reconciliation and respect.
Any declaration of conflict of interest? Declare now or when the time comes. So hearing none. I want to thank you for meeting in the summertime outside of our regular scheduled meetings. Due to the city's changing practices, I don't know if this will become regular feature or next year they may do something different again. It's been that kind of ride. So, and if you haven't heard Katrin, people online, Katrin had her baby, Matthew, baby something.
Baby Oliver.
Sorry?
Baby Oliver.
Baby Oliver.
Baby Oliver.
So congratulations to Katrin. That's a good thing. We have a new library patron.
We should have Oliver a library card.
And a little frame, thank you.
Number 3, approval of the agenda. Kevin? Steve? Any opposed? Agenda's good. Number 4, 2026 operating budget. Matthew?
Yeah. So that's the main reason why we call the meeting here today, is to go over the 2026 operational budget. It is due to city finance on September 2nd. I gave this to the board to review the package about a week and a half ago. I'm not sure if you want me to go through it line by line or if you have questions about specific lines.
I'm good with, I'd like to go through it.
An overview, highlights.
So,
Yeah, and I'm kind of wondering why some text is bold.
so
Yeah. Okay. So up here in the income side, we have our grants. So the Ontario Spec Grant is pay equity.
Sorry, can I interrupt for a second?
Yes.
Matthew, on the screen that I see, all I see is USB drive D, like the contents of the USB drive.
Oh.
I don't see the actual.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, hold on.
There.
Do you see it now?
It's loading. Yep, now I see it. Thank you.
Okay. So this $207,000 and this $160,000 from the Ontario government, that is our public library operating grant that we get every year. That's the same grant that hasn't changed since the 1990s. I'm actually in the process right now of applying for the 2025-2026 one. That's due October 16th. But that's a grant we get every year from the Ontario government. We've also are anticipating receiving a summer experience grant from the Ontario government. Typically, we get that every other year, and we didn't receive one this year, so we're anticipating one next year. Um, grants, other, we don't really have much there. Ontario special grants. Some of that is our connectivity reimbursement. It comes through Souls, but it's from the Ontario government. And then the municipal grant contracting communities, that's again the same as the public library operating grant. They provide us with their funds, and then they get access to our library services, and that hasn't changed since the 1990s as well. So for grants municipal, this is what we're asking for from city. We're asking for an additional $43,727 for general operations. So this is not inclusive of a separate ask for security.
This is all your contractual stuff.
Yeah, the ask is actually a little bit more than that. That's what the difference is between what we actually received this year, because we did get the security amount for 2025. So the real increase amount ask is about 2.8, I think.
What's the city agreeing to, or what do they say? What's finance adjusted?
We set the ask at what city finance gave to us, the 2.8.
So this because of contractual
Obligation.
obligations
yeah.
and pay increases and
Yeah.
inflation. Things that you can quantify?
Yeah.
Okay,
Um,
and does that include? The money that you got, that we got last year for the security.
No.
I vaguely remember some counselor making the point that this is a one-time.
then they did that the year prior too.
So are
So
we separating out that amount in this?
so it's not separated out of the 2025 amount because we did receive that amount of money. It is separated from here because it is a separate ask. So this is what we're asking for operations, and then we have a supplemental request
I see.
in addition to that.
Okay,
That so when you add the additional ask to that 1.36, it actually comes out to 2.8.
okay, but the percentage number in the right-hand column is 1.36.
Yeah. If we were to take out what we got from security in 2025, that would be the difference.
How much did we get for security?
40,000.
So we're asking for an additional 80 grand.
We're actually asking for more than that because we increased it's in the supplemental request down here. So we're asking for 94,400
For security,
for security.
but that's not, you said that wasn't included up there.
It's not included in the 2026 number, it's included in the 2025
Right.
number.
But so the 2026 number, we're asking for 80 grand more than we got last year without,
Yes,
Without security.
plus we're asking for an additional 90 for security.
yes. Yeah, that's correct.
Did you get that?
No,
So
I do get it.
if you take,
actually.
if you take the amount of that we asked for security last year out of the 2025 number,
Mhm.
and then you look at the two next to each other, the difference is gonna be like 83 grand.
okay.
So that's what we're asking for without security this year.
Do we have that quantified somewhere in here, that what the extra contracted costs are in these papers?
The extra contract costs of security, it is
Oh, I'm thinking of the stuff that's adding to the 43,000.
a lot of it's salaries, but we've also put inflationary costs and things like books and their other lines.
So it's all operational with that 43,000?
when we go to ask, we'll explain that, right?
Yes, we will.
So the 43 is like other and not that additional security ask or anything.
Exactly, that's, yeah,
Okay,
Well, we're actually asking for, like Kevin says, about 83,000 additional from what they approved without security last year.
exactly.
Yeah.
And you've lumped that, the security amount into. Into that, I kind of would have expected to see it as a separate line
Separate.
income.
Th-
Because
This,
it was a
this is
one-time-
For
2025 actual
Yes.
budget, right? What we actually received from city is this
Yeah.
amount. And this is what we're asking, but we have a separate ask as well.
I know, I get it, Matthew.
So
But when you add them up, the way Kevin has just added them up. The, the total is,
I mean, it doesn't make any difference. The city gave us that amount of money.
they did,
We're asking for that amount plus the 90. It doesn't make a difference. It's just, I wanted to know where it.
no, it's money
Numbers.
that.
Yeah.
So. So the contractual stuff that like, that is that sort of. Does the city, I'm sorry, to understand the process, does the city take that concept as part of our base budget or?
of the increase, yes.
Do they?
So
Really?
when
Wow.
we're looking at our contractual agreements for, say, the full-time and part-time union, they have negotiated rates, and that is
Right.
taken into consideration in our increase request.
And there's the pay equity stuff is built into that as well.
Yes.
So I've got 43 of that contractual obligation. Rolling it into one lump. What percentage of that is salaries and benefits? About 85, 90?
It would. It's hard for me without sitting here and doing.
Yeah, I
math.
know, you're right.
I
But
can tell you right off.
A
but
big chunk of it would be?
very significant. I mean, if we come down,
We will see that when we go to do the requests.
yeah.
I assume it's gonna be broken down.
When we actually look at expenditures down here,
Okay,
you'll see the difference in terms of how much money we're spending.
oh yeah, almost 3 million and it was 2.8 million.
Yeah.
28% difference, yeah.
Just start there and then go down a little bit. Keep going.
Okay. So this,
There's a number of items that have jumped quite a bit, and that's due to changes in operations. But salaries have increased, probably the most significant. We found that we were able to shift some money from operational needs to salaries. So there's an increase in some part-time hours in here as well. That's why you see a bit more of an increase there.
the city's probably experiencing the same issue at their end because they have the same unions, right?
Yes, but they all negotiate separately. And they do have other unions besides QP that they negotiate with.
But they also have pay equity and inflation and all those other things that you're dealing with, okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they've completed their pay equity process. So we'll find out soon.
Hmm.
Okay. So those are the grants, that's the bulk of our income. Any additional questions regarding the grants? Okay. Damaged, lost, overdue service fees. Trying to base it on what actuals were since we've moved to fines free. Sales and merchandise, membership fees. A lot of these we've kind of left as is. Program registration fees. It's a very small budget line. I believe it has mostly to do with the book clubs, and a lot of them were subsidized by donations prior. So Um. Sales from Friends of the Library. They've been doing quite well, and I think they're on target for that for this year. Concessions, we haven't touched, we left that the same. And then we have increased our program room rentals. Since COVID, they've continually increased in usage, so this is kind of what we're expecting for 2024.
So the program registration fees are going up 83%. Is that because you don't have a sponsor?
There was actually a legacy giving, whereas a gentleman's partner was a book club member, and she passed away, and so in her memory, they had sponsored quite a number of the book clubs.
Okay.
So that's, I think, dried up now.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So we will have to, I believe that's part of the increase, but I mean, it's very, very small amount.
But
It's very
I
nominal.
thought our programs were free, so
Not all of our programs.
not all of them.
So our signature events
Oh, no.
sometimes have ticketed,
Yeah, yeah.
so that
But
might
I'm
be
thinking
wrapped
like
up in there.
book clubs and whatnot, those are,
Book clubs, I mean, they're greatly subsidized by the library. So it's about $25 to participate in the book club,
oh,
but the library has to buy 4 copies or 4 different books, and then like 10 to 12 copies of each of those titles.
mm,
And then we do the snacks and stuff like that too. So it makes it more affordable
mm,
for us to be able to run
yeah.
book clubs. So it's just pays for some of the costs. It doesn't cover the entire cost of the book club.
Are we really expecting a 70% increase in rental room?
For program A, I believe that's because that room was closed off quite a bit longer than program room B. I think so.
Like that is a lot of use, like that's between the 2 rooms, that's expecting a huge increase in use.
It was closed for quite some time though, eh? That program room?
Why
Because
was
of
it
the
closed?
kids, like the sink, the plumbing problems
Yeah.
and stuff, yeah.
That's been resolved.
Oh,
Yeah.
And I do know people love those rooms, so
So we use some of the FM Elliott Fund donations for programming to renovate the programming space in there. And we replaced the sink that had, well, possibly might have been mold issues, and redone the cupboards in there. So I mean, it has been shut off for quite a bit, and it has impacted our rents there, but we'll see. I think that we're trying to do this as much as we can based on the first 6 months of 2025 too, right? So it may be partially based on that first 6 months too. Remember, I didn't actually build this budget. I was involved in the process, but Katrin built the original one, and then me and Rebecca
Yes.
worked
Mm.
on it after she went on maternity leave. So that is, I believe, what she was projecting based on past use.
so are you projecting any revenue for the program room here? Because those are the 2 rooms up at North Branch, aren't they?
Here.
It's for both,
Sorry,
right?
this
So
is for all of them?
yeah, this is 4 rooms we're talking about.
Oh,
Okay.
how come I only see 2, A and B?
Well,
For both
A and B,
libraries.
one is Centennial A, and
What-
one is North Branch A, and one is Centennial B, and the other is North Branch B. So yeah, we are looking at 4 rooms.
That's a total of 3 rooms then there?
It's a total of 4 rooms.
What's the 4th room?
There's 2 here, and there's 2 at North
There's
Branch.
2.
Yes. A lot of the revenue we're getting from the one here is actually come from the Golden District School Board, because they've rented space to do their special education programming.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, their alternative learning.
Mm.
So
are they continuing that in September?
I believe so.
So those estimates are based on half a year from this year where the revenue has gone up that amount?
I believe so. I mean, the North Branch Program Room A has the most. That's the most popular room.
Yeah,
But I mean, it was closed. The Centennial was closed off a bit
Yeah.
this year and last year. So that's the one with the highest
and you're
jump.
expecting, yeah, okay, that accounts for some of the increase then.
Are we okay with sales?
Mhm.
Okay. Donations. I believe we've been underestimating our restricted donations due to the FM Elliott Fund. So I think that's been increased there. And then I'm assuming this is based on projections based on 2024. So don't have a lot of detail on the donations. Sundry. This is a carryover amount, I believe. And then we get into salaries. As I said, we've increased part-time hours a little bit because we found like we had a little bit of room, and with having to operate the North Branch with at least 2 people in the building, we've struggled to staff it sometimes, so we felt we needed to increase there. We've also increased a couple hours, not a couple hours, but more hours in a few other departments as well. And then made a few shifts in some departments we felt like hit a little bit more than they needed. The reason this is highlighted is because part of the reason why we're meeting so late in the summer is we've been waiting on benefit information from Citi. They do our budget benefit calculations for us. And this was basically a placeholder until we received that information. Don't believe we've received the full amount yet, what the actual changes are. So these are estimated changes. Okay.
If anyone online has questions, just jump in.
The book collection was highlighted as well. So Michael and Julie we're supposed to go through it and adjust the amounts, and so you can see that there are quite a bit of changes within it. Some collections are going down, others are going up, but overall, there should be an increase. Some change down. Okay, so the reason it's highlighted is because they had 3,203 and a little bit more that haven't been allocated yet. So that's still money that's sitting there, supposed to be allocated. I'm not sure why that hasn't been done yet.
The idea was to keep that number the same as last year.
Same or slightly increase with inflation.
Yeah, adult audiobooks are taking a big hit.
Those
Yeah.
are physical audiobooks.
Probably, right? Because that's. not
Yeah, the books on CD. Yeah.
So is that probably because they could get it on like almost Hoopla?
Yeah, the CDs are kind of a dying medium.
That's what they are, okay.
Same with DVDs. Our DVD collection is not quite as popular as it has been in the past. I mean, there's still a lot of use of it, but a lot of people have switched to streaming services.
Yeah,
For a lot of content.
At what point do you discontinue those two services? It's getting harder to buy product, everything.
I think we'd probably look at a cost per use ratio at some point. When because audiobooks, they're they can be between 80 and $120 for a book on CD audio set. It's much cheaper to buy a downloadable one on Overdrive for $40, half the price. So sometimes it makes sense to shift from one medium to the other because of that. At the same time, there is a lot of people that still rely on the books on CD. CNIB is just discontinuing their Daisy book
Well,
collections.
that was my question about for the accessibility.
Yeah.
Issues, the audio books are, you know,
Yeah. For CNIB, they're switching to downloadable as well. And they're encouraging their users to switch from the Daisy readers to Envoys. And we've been training our reference staff on how to assist people in downloading audiobooks onto their Envoys.
and is that represented in this, in a line item here?
No, because we don't pay for those CNIB materials,
Yeah,
presumably the government.
not the patron.
No. No.
So you mean they're online and you download them without paying for them?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
They're but
an unbelievable deal, okay.
yeah, there's some legislation that allows them to make their own copies of books to be heard. So it's not coming from the
them is your staff?
no,
or
the CNIB.
patron? CNIB?
Yeah.
Is it CNIB or is it called something else? CELA?
It's CELA.
CELA.
CELA is a service.
CELA is the service.
Yeah.
And do you, I don't know what the word is, do you belong to, does the library belong to CELA or how do you access that?
No, but we help people subscribe. So an organization doesn't belong to
So
CELA.
if I wanted to download one of those books, I
We-
can't because I'm not
Right.
vision impaired.
Exactly.
So how? Okay, never mind. Yeah, but
Yeah.
so this doesn't show up in the budget as an accessibility
No.
investment because no one here is paying for
No.
that collection.
It's a non-budgetary item.
Okay. That's interesting. I mean, it'd be kind of fun to represent that number as something that is costing, somebody money, not the library.
It's a service we help provide.
Exactly.
But it is not a budget line. No.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Okay, interesting. So the ebook topic has nothing to do with accessibility then? Is
Yeah.
it more for like children or?
Well, the ebooks are for our non-visually impaired members of the public. So we are increasing the amounts we're putting towards like Hoopla and Overdrive Advantage and that for our regular patrons who don't have those accessibility needs.
No, okay.
And
Interesting.
those ones we have to pay for.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Moving to utilities. I think this is based on use. I'm hoping when we switch to the new digital controls, we'll have a bit of savings with natural gas. My understanding is sometimes we have a pneumatic upstairs in the quiet study area. We have a pneumatic system and a digital system. One controls heating and one controls cooling, and sometimes they're fighting with each other. So when we get everything moved over to a digital system, then we won't have things like that occurring.
Mhm. See,
Office expenses.
So why 6,000 extra on office expenses?
It's a good question.
Like I see here, 6,000 extra on office expenses, a third cut in training, and a 80% cut in professional fees. What's going on here?
The professional fees, I can explain that one. We had a huge amount put to professional fees for this year for pay equity. And we're carrying that amount over. So for 2026, what we need is $5,000 to pay for legal fees and general HR things. But we had already set money aside for the pay equity process, which we believe was going to cost about $25,000. So we're not there yet, but the money's in the bank for it. Because we're not,
So that means it was in for that 27,000 last year was a one-time thing for pay equity.
yes,
And it's just going down again.
yeah. I wouldn't put another 25,000 in this year because that would be doubling up on the pay equity. So,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
fine.
So that's why that's such a significant drop. Typically it is just legal fees. Sometimes I need an HR consultant to come in because there are, I don't know, there could be a harassment issue or some sort of workplace investigation that needs to be done, or sometimes we need to do some additional HR training for staff. That's what those other professional fees would be for. What was you had two other ones that you wanted to?
Yeah, so training is cut by a third.
I believe that is partly due to additional training added to this year to cover off first aid training because we had lapsed on our first aid training. So we added more money in for 2025 to get a lot more of our staff first aid trained. And then so we did two sessions of first aid. So we did 2/3 of the staff this year, and then it's 1/3 that next year that's going to be getting that. Not sure if there's something else that also impacts training.
Well,
But
I'm wondering about the ILS, you got Cersei coming in to do stuff with the new
yeah,
ILS?
and OLC as well, but that would be part of the package for onboarding.
Mhm.
So those would be separate costs.
Is that represented in this budget at all?
No, that will be actually coming out of 2025 funds.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. It's gonna happen before December?
We have to get it done before January 31st.
Yikes.
That's the goal.
Oh, okay, so then, are there numbers here that have gone down for next year? Are there ILS numbers that have gone down because? of
Yeah,
this?
that's in software.
Sorry,
That's in software.
in software.
Like if I go down to software, you'll see a 10% drop. And that's because it's switching to ILS.
Oh, you're right, okay.
But also we've reallocated to a few other softwares that we've been wanting
Right.
to have. So we freed up some of the funds for other areas within the budget. And then we also put a little extra aside to increase a few other softwares that we feel like we need. Oh, I
Okay,
may
so
have
you
them
said-
here.
Oh, wait.
Okay, so that, and then it was office expenses?
Yeah, I mean, you've added 6,000 to office expenses. I mean, you've added 6,000 to office expenses, you've added to office equipment, you've added to IT equipment.
Yeah.
And you've put in some pretty optimistic numbers for donations and for room rentals. I don't hate it, I'm just pointing out the fact that there's a little bit of gymnastics happening there, I think.
There's a few areas padded a little bit just in case we have to cut some fat.
Yeah, sure, you could always cut office expenses, you could always cut back on IT. I'm not saying it's a bad thing to like be optimistic. But like room rentals increasing that much, donations increasing that much, it seems optimistic. I'm rooting for you.
I don't disagree. With I'll get to IT in a little bit. Memberships and subscriptions, slight increase.
The rest of that is
Yeah, it's fairly reasonable. Coming down to operating expenditures, miscellaneous is such a small amount. Maintenance of office equipment as well. It's the maintenance and alterations. That is a very significant amount added. But we've been dealing with a lot of issues with this building, with it aging, and I mean, when just the elevator expenses is $5,000, and then we have, like you saw, I just had the door fixed here, and we have constant issues. We felt like we needed to increase it to keep up with some of the maintenance that needs to be done here at the library.
And that if that's coming out of our budget, then that should go on the request to the city, right? They should know why we,
Yeah.
that, you know, that we're covering the costs of
Yeah,
a lot of this building in a lot of cases. Not that they're not covering some too, but
I mean, these issues do not these issues get identified during the asset management inspection?
No.
No, they don't.
So the asset management inspection, it's been a little while. It looks at specific items.
Isn't it annual?
No. No, we have an annual meeting to discuss, like we review the documents and see what are priority projects. We just had one, and the committee is recommending $187,500 for the pneumatic system replacement with a BMS control and electrical upgrades for the library.
Right.
Because we're also wanting to put our boilers on the emergency generator in addition to the sump pumps. So that's passed through committee now. And that comes from the city capital asset management fund. And that fund only funds specific items. So if we're looking at windows and roof and door, like the exterior of the building, HVAC equipment, it'll cover those things. What it's not going to cover is when a sink is leaky, lights are malfunctioning, like it's that general maintenance. And this building's so old that we've had to spend a lot of money just on upkeep on not big ticket items, but smaller items. But they add up over time. Like with the program room, we actually ended up using restricted funds for programming. Because it is for programming, we could use it for programming space. But we took that from that restricted donation instead of taking it from maintenance and alterations, because the money's just not there to do that kind of renovation. So we're fortunate that we have a sponsor that would cover that kind of cost. So I mean, if I need to paint a wall, that needs to come out of the maintenance and alterations. If I need to,
But it would be useful to pull out, this topic came up at a council meeting that you and I happened to be at, where they. You know, the city's done an analysis of their buildings, and the library came up pretty high on that list as.
Overall, because cities paid for a third party to come in and do an
Yeah.
assessment of the city's assets, which includes fleet in addition to buildings and stuff like that. And the overall assessment is that everything is underfunded.
Yes,
And it's not enough money being put towards these assets to maintain them. And the library is one of those
so
assets.
is somebody analyzing how to make up for that underfunding?
That's not in my portfolio, fortunately.
But
But
you're identifying it, you
Yeah.
flagged it. It's
Yeah.
up to, 2.5, nearly, yeah.
so
they've put in a lot over the last few years though, right?
they have, yeah,
So, like, it's hard to fault them. They're throwing money at this building.
they are.
But
So
it's still underfunded.
in the last 5 years, they've done the exterior cladding that had to be
yeah.
done there, and then the asbestos, and then also the HVAC equipment up in the penthouse that was replaced within the last 5 years. And next year they're going to help us replace the pneumatic systems and stuff. So they are investing in the building. It's just
It's just
it requires a lot.
It's been neglected for years, and I think that if we can knock off these big things like asbestos and, upgrading some big systems, then eventually, hopefully we can do, you know,
Yeah.
a whole round of maintenance.
Yeah,
But if this amount is in your operating budget and it's, you know, escalating. That's money that you're taking away from books and other
correct,
collections and things.
correct. Yeah,
I mean,
So
it
you're-
could be going to other things.
So the asset management checklist is not reviewed annually?
It is not, I mean, it's an expense for them to do it. I mean, I update it whenever there's a change. So I have one just for the library.
How often do you review it?
I review it whenever there's a change. So if there's something on that asset management sheet that is updated, like when we installed the new humidifier, I go in
Yeah.
and say that I changed the information and say this is the new humidifier, this is the brand.
Yeah,
And
but isn't that sort of reactive, that you're reacting when something floods or fails or?
some of it's reactive. I
Even
mean,
in a brand new building, things happen.
Yeah.
I mean, buildings are maintenance nightmares.
Yeah, but I mean, so's my house, but like I'm aware
well, I mean,
that something is coming that I need to spend money on and it.
that
You only refer to that list when you're making. a
no,
change.
no, not when I'm making a change. Like when I'm referring to it, but like for the pneumatic system, I recognize that the air compressors are well past their life and they're going to die.
Right,
And if
so you don't wanna wait until they die.
I don't want to wait until they
Thank
die,
you.
so this year I did an engineering study to have them
Right.
replaced, and I've secured funding for next year to replace them.
Okay.
So I'm being proactive in that respect.
It's been both. Phil.
But I can't do that with the pneumatic system, also replace the windows, also because there's not enough funding and not enough time to do all of it. So I'm looking at the most
library.
critical projects and I go after them one after another. So the one prior to this was the exterior cladding because we were afraid of
Right.
water ingress.
Yeah, that was long overdue, yeah.
Yeah,
And the one before that was asbestos,
yeah.
yeah.
So we are hitting them, but they're prioritized, and so
Yeah.
I am trying to be proactive, but I can only do so much.
Mhm.
Okay. Um.
Dad.
Uh. Some of us janitorial. Okay. The security is a bit of a bump.
A
So-
little bit.
The reason for this is we would not anticipate city giving us the full amount of money is needed for security. So as a show of good faith, we've tried to find some room in the budget and to also contribute to the security.
Mhm.
And we were able to find about $12,000 to contribute to the cost for security. So when we go to city and ask them for money for security, we say this is the overall cost. We rather than them give us an amount and say go back to your budget and find it, we're saying we've already done that exercise. We've looked at the budget. This is the amount of money we found for security. We've got $12,000. We need you to help us fund the rest. And with our discussion with the mayor, that was kind of a sense I got was that we might not be able to get a full ask like that.
The danger I anticipate is they could send you back to try to find more,
It's quite possible.
and you've got.
We started.
Yeah.
I'm a little leery of that. Where are you showing now?
Yeah, and we didn't find that money,
Well-
I don't think.
Yeah.
Like,
A lot of it actually comes from the software change. So when we went from TLC to CRC Dynex, there was a significant savings there.
That was a one-time
The-
savings.
No, it's an annual savings.
Okay,
So it's about $15,000 less to go from TLC to CRC Dynex per year. And so that's kind of where I'm drawing a lot of this money from.
I'm not crazy about this.
where is that located in the budget? Cause software, there's only 5.
Okay, yeah. Part of it is from there. I've saved some there.
I have it on the last line on page 4, but.
It also came from professional fees, it looks like.
Oh, you're over there.
And
But
and if professional fees truly, if that truly was a one-time thing for pay equity, then fine. But
that's not good for ongoing, yeah. I've increased a few other areas just because we need them to. So like computer equipment, we need to do we're a little behind on some of our refreshing of our stations and laptops. So same with office equipment. There's a few things, chairs and other things that need to be replaced. So those money's been shifted around into different areas, but
So does this align, particularly on this page that you got to finally?
yeah,
Does this align with the strategic plan? Like, does this give Mike money to implement some of the IT things that were in the strategic plan?
yeah,
Okay,
it helps.
it helps.
Yeah. I mean,
Like, would he come back and say it's underfunded, or did he get what he asked for?
I don't know if you'd say it's underfunded.
Well, he wouldn't say
it's-
that to you.
Yeah.
But no, did he get what he did? Is he getting
He's getting more than has been in there for years.
excellent? Because it's been underfunded for years.
It's been underfunded for years.
So does this cover some of the accessibility stuff that ended up in the plan?
Yeah, there's
Okay.
$4,000 for the accessibility computers.
There is.
You can't see it
Oh,
under,
it's not a line item? Okay.
no.
Going back to security.
Yep.
We are asking for, there's no funding for it to cover security. All top to bottom. Right?
Yeah.
You're saying in here that we're gonna contribute to that.
Yeah.
Total picture to the tune of $12,000.
Yeah, we're saying
What are
the
you gonna
total.
do when they say to you, well, make it 15 or 20?
Mm.
yeah, and there's no way I want to do that. Especially because I'm not so worried about the spending side. I'm worried about the revenue side.
Yeah.
Because right now there's like $16,000 of like projected extra revenue that is highly optimistic.
No. I
I would love to see the comparison between 2024 and 2025 to see how much we increase donations and
That's great.
rent and stuff or program rooming. It looks like we just like
yeah.
are
Where does that actually come from, right?
yeah, and then if they do say, okay, you gotta pay that 13, then we're starting to have to pull from other places. And
Right.
sure, there is some padding in office equipment and stuff, but then you're left on a shoestring.
Yeah.
It's sending the rod.
Very good points.
Yeah, like we don't have that, like,
No.
you know,
No,
we're making it look like we do, but we don't.
Yeah.
Well, the whole point is the ask is to pay for security, and if we're saying that we can, and because I know where council is gonna go with this. You're telling them that we're gonna take some out of it, we'll preempt that, we're taking some from our budget.
Yeah.
So I guarantee they're gonna say, how much more can you squeeze, rather than we start from 0 and then if we have to, come up with 12. You know what I'm getting at here?
Yeah, no, I get
Without coming up with 12, like,
Do we have-
I don't think it's as easy as this budget makes it look to be.
No,
But the 94,000 that I'm looking at, and I could be wrong, is they had already allocated like 44,000 or something
Yeah.
for the part-time security. So we're not asking for a new ask of 94. That 94 is not a new number. It's 94 minus 43 or something.
that's fair.
yeah,
So we might flag that.
yeah, it's not
And
90,000
the mayor
more.
supported that.
Yeah,
well,
it's about 40 some more.
But it, yeah,
But I get Kevin's
That's right.
points.
like it, because it's.
And this budget is already asking for 80,000 more than we got last year.
Yeah.
So we're already starting from a point of like asking for 80 grand more. So like, we're not gonna get that.
That
Are we?
80,000. Well, that's what city finance gave to us for that amount. So they
3.2.
the
Is that because the salary numbers came from them and that's what they're estimating?
Yeah, so we asked city finance when we're preparing our budget, what increase should we anticipate? And then they give us that percent.
And that's those orange numbers?
So they gave you what, 1.36?
They give us, yeah, I gotta do some math. But
Because if it's 1.36, if they gave you a percentage, you need to apply that without the security number in there.
then I'd have to take security directly from the 2025 of what they actually gave us.
Mm-hmm.
I just mean that like the total has to be realistic because we're trying to balance this, right?
Yeah.
So we can't be like.
So the city number was 32,000. Oh, that's a different.
Sorry, Matthew, I'm not trying to be
No.
complicated here.
2,257. Oh, no, that's a million, okay.
Let me just
Other.
let me do some math.
That security one-time payment needs to be a line item. Because otherwise it's just getting lost in these other numbers.
3,213,819. Three, 8. I wonder if Steve's doing any math over there.
Yeah, he's pretty quiet. I forgot he was in there.
Good, you don't want your accountant to make his presence known.
Maybe not.
Wait, when you talk to the mayor, did he talk about it, whether it's one time or ongoing? You know what I mean?
That was from city council last time.
I know, but did you have that conversation with him?
He
whether-
said it was that much more to go. Full-time security.
But is it one time or is it ongoing?
I didn't really say.
He didn't say.
I
Okay,
don't remember that being defended,
okay, that's my question.
but I think that's a fair assumption.
I don't know if I
What?
did the percentage difference correctly. Steve, did you do the number?
No, I didn't, sorry.
Okay. I'm looking at a 2.57.
Are you talking about the difference that we're seeing on the screen right there?
Yeah, the difference between this and what this would be without security would be a 2.5.
And what did the city tell you to ask for?
2.8.
I thought, yeah. I'm just looking at that.
Well, I don't think this is ready to go forward.
And when they told you 2.8, did they mean with or without security money? I'm guessing.
Without.
I'm guessing.
Without, it was without.
Yeah, what, without, definitely.
I mean, honestly, that might actually be pretty close, but
So the security amount
uh,
last year, was that 43,000 or where did I get that number?
I think Matthew said
That's
around
what they
40.
gave us.
It's about 40.
Yeah, I know, but in 2025, we were given 43.
So some of this I'm going off memory too, eh? So I may misquote. Let's see what Steve wrote.
And then we went over, so that's okay.
Yep. Go fine.
Mhm.
I mean, one way or the other, I don't like the idea of including security in this budget.
No.
I don't think there's room for it. And I don't
support
think
it,
it's,
but
and I don't think it's good to do it regardless.
Yeah.
If they force our hand, then we will look for what we can do, but.
I mean,
They're
what,
gonna force your hand, they're gonna say, well, they're gonna increase it beyond the 12, that's gonna come out, that's part of the additional ask.
I mean, the thing is, if you force our hand to try to find money in the budget, it's coming out of services or this building.
Oh.
It's coming out of something important, right? We don't have
Or we-
extra money.
We lay off one employee. who
Yeah, like
was-
it's coming out of services or books or this building, all of which are super important.
Well, this, you know, the thing is, the city must have the same expenses in their building, do they not? And would, are they, is that in their operational budget, or is it a one-time thing, or how do they? How does it appear in their budget to pay for the security that they have in the building?
I'm not sure, but I mean, that was a big part of a grievance, I believe, because there was an
And
there was an
they-
there was an incident there,
No
right?
kidding,
Yeah.
I mean, it started during COVID, but it never stopped, they just. You can't go in that building and through the lobby and get anywhere without.
Without a key card, yeah,
Yeah.
or somebody to
That's
invite you.
weird.
Well, and I think that like they were trying to not make it a precedent, but
Yeah.
with the security incidents around the city, around the downtown, I don't think they have much of a choice. Like the public is mad.
Oh, I know,
Yeah.
totally.
You go to the government building in the corner of Bay and Queen, full-time security sitting at the desk.
There's security sitting in parking lots, so it's.
They're everywhere
Yeah,
now.
they're everywhere. Like,
Well, even Southwood
Ready to
Jewish,
move.
you have to push a doorbell. and
Grocery
they'll unlock the
stores,
door.
yeah, grocery and drug mart everywhere.
Oh,
Yeah, I wear my ball cap, they follow me around the grocery store.
You're wearing the
Maybe.
Matthew, do you need more time with this?
I mean,
I'm
Yeah.
putting you on the spot and, we wanna see a change.
yeah,
I don't
Yeah,
think
there's
we're
a-
ready, I don't think we're ready to proceed.
it's 2.8%. Looking at Steve's email. So we asked about what the increase was going to be. Preparation for a meeting this week go over the budget. Please increase Mrs. Grant from 2% to 2.8%. Yeah. So I have a little complication that I'm gonna throw out there that you guys may not be happy about. Is the supplemental request was due earlier in the summer, in July, and so we've already put our supplemental request in
For how much?
for the
So it should be the full amount to cover security.
For that ask there,
for this ask here.
yeah.
okay, that's already been submitted.
That's already been submitted.
Yeah, and that's totally fine.
What's the issue?
Well,
Yeah, but
the
that.
12,000's already
Oh, I
included
see.
in there.
Yeah, it includes the number on the back, yeah. Ew.
What do you mean
Okay.
that 12,000's included?
There it is.
Oh,
That was
That
prior
is
to
a-
board review and.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Can you resubmit it
It's possible. I can ask.
that's a good idea.
on the, at the meeting with the board? The board
Yeah.
has an issue with the way it's currently stated.
We can do that.
We'd like to resubmit.
I can also ask for an extension for approval of this budget.
I think, you know, there's just a few things that need to be clarified on it. I think the security needs to come out, the donations and the program rooms need to be a little more realistic.
Yeah.
Other than that, it looks okay to me. I'm okay with pretty well everything else.
Yeah. Me too.
But like you could like offset one with the other of those things, and I think it's much more realistic.
Yeah.
Those are pretty big increases there though, right?
For the sales.
Yeah, and the donations.
This is yeah, the main branch and the north branch, these sales are up till May, up to April 30, 30th.
What is that showing?
So this is the financial statements for up to April 30th. And by April 30th, sales was already at 55% and for the North Branch, and sales was 48%.
And that's based on the budget that we just looked at.
Well, it's based on the 2025 budget. And so we adjusted our numbers here. So sales would include all of this. So we adjusted some of these
And I'm
based on
sorry, that 55% was when? What part of the year?
April 30th.
First 4 months of this year.
So 4 months.
First third is at
The first third is 55%.
and 48%.
Okay. I mean, that's,
So I think
you know,
that
I like it. I don't, you know, that's great. I
Yeah.
just want to make sure that we're not shooting ourselves in the foot with it. That's all.
that's true.
It just looks like it. That's shocking, the amount of increase, and super awesome if that's the way it is.
Well, is that because there were a couple of more ticketed events last year like that?
That could contribute to it as well.
Yeah, so I mean, there's
And then
ways to generate revenue, yeah.
pulling from restricted donations there.
Just see if I can find that.
Like basically what you said is you were able to use more of the restricted donations.
Yeah. So because the donations are restricted for programs and it almost supplements their entire programming budget. And with a little left over, depending on how the interest rates are, we get a little bit more money if the interest rates are higher. And so we received we expected 20,000, but we received over 25,000. So that extra money go to things like the renovations in the program.
Then the other big increases were.
So if somehow security became a line item of its own here under,
Security was always a line item.
but I don't see it here, it's lumped in with this municipal amount.
Oh no, in security was always its own line item for expenditures.
Yeah, but it's not its own line item for revenue, and it probably should be because it was a
Oh.
one-time
Uh,
thing.
I
In
could
the
I,
last
I could
2
I could see that, but in terms of accounting, I don't think it's not like they gave us $40,000 for security. They gave us the 3 point whatever million, and security is included in that. And they give it to us in installments of four, like four.
So they made a point of flagging it as a one-time amount.
Right, but it wouldn't be a separate account number.
It would, oh, I see an account number. Oh, yeah, okay, it's an account number.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So. Are we able to wrap this up or no? I don't think so.
Well, it only matters if we can resubmit. If we can't resubmit, then.
It is what it is.
It is what it is, and you know,
If you want to give me amendments, I can make specific amendments and we could approve it as amended. We could ask for an extension, or you could approve it as is. That's kind of what our options are at this point. I don't know, Steve, if you have any input, because you do a lot of budgets.
Yeah, but I do my budgets a lot different than this, so
Yeah,
I need to know the role of the board. I'm not ready to. As chair, I'm not satisfied with.
Okay, so what are we looking at though now? Just that money that we found, that 12,000, Kevin, are you okay with what you saw for those, or do you still want to revisit those? Program,
no, the only thing I'm really concerned about is the the grant from the city, making sure that it's realistic, like a realistic ask. So if it really is 2.8, and I can't do the math right now, if it really is 2.8 and that's what the city told us, great.
Yeah.
And then the 13,000 for security, I'd rather it not be in the budget, I'd rather have not asked for it. If we've already asked for it, then it's gotta be in the budget and it is what it is. So providing those two things are correct, I'll sign off on it. If we can resubmit, I would rather resubmit that request. Take it out of the budget. You know, and you can massage that back in there.
Yeah.
But
I think that's all.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that's all we're looking at.
That's sticking point.
Yeah.
So,
However, we should.
so are you guys comfortable with everything but that $12,000?
The rest I can live with. If the 12 is a problem.
Okay.
It's a misdirection on our part. And I'm not,
And just confirming the municipal.
Yeah. So, sounds, I'd work again, what's the will of the board if someone willing to put a motion on the table to approve? I don't know.
Approves the dress.
I mean,
budget.
you can ask me to go back to city finance and see if we can update that request.
Not approving this budget at this time.
I don't think we are.
I don't know, there might be a way to craft it to say we request to resubmit, otherwise the budget will be approved as presented.
why is EI down $3,000? Just as another little, like that's 7.5%.
Sorry, Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah, like everything else that related to that went up and EI went down. Why?
Again, the calculations are supposed to come from city and we didn't get them. I'm not sure why that is.
When does this have to be in the city?
It's supposed to be in for September 2nd,
You say.
but I can ask for an extension.
It's already
You do
pricing.
it to us all the time.
Yeah,
Like as I said earlier.
why don't we ask for,
I don't think we're ready.
why don't we ask for an extension? And see if we can get an extension and see if we can pull back the request. And maybe you can give the finance committee approval to approve the final budget. And that way it doesn't have to wait till September, the end of September.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I like that.
Sounds good.
I'm on the finance committee.
Well, most of you guys are.
I would like some of this verified.
Specifically.
Well, I mean, pretty well all the big drops, like that EI one I just saw. You know, you gave me explanations for the training and for the professional fees, but those are big numbers that I think should be verified. The donation stuff, then the room rental stuff, just make sure it aligns with like last year to this year and the first part of this year. Like just double check that because it does really seem high. Donations going up by 3,000 seems high. The use of restricted donations at $5,000 seems high. Just like, and it may be right, and I may just be off base, but
Yeah.
that's accounting for a lot of extra in this budget.
Yeah.
Okay.
It might be helpful if you give me like a benchmark. So if it's above or below, if say it's a 5% increase or more or less, like that's when you want me to verify it, and then I can just hit all those ones. Like what are you comfortable with in terms of a variance from one year to the other?
Kevin's identified several, and at this point, maybe we kick this to the finance committee. You ask the city for an extension because we're not ready, we're not ready.
Yeah.
The board's not satisfied with what it's hearing. And so we're not ready to move forward. That's the bottom line here. Unless I'm off base, I don't think I am.
No.
No, I don't think you are, I don't.
Those are really the only ones I have like super issues with them, Matthew, or just the ones that I
Yeah,
just talked
And
about.
that's enough, that's valid.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, you've
And there
got
may be more, and that's what I'm saying, we need to kick this to finance.
like the revenue for the room rentals. It's really jumped, and they don't, as you say, the donations, so those are two.
Yeah, I'm
This has
even,
gone up
I'm even having trouble.
80%. Sales. 83% for program registration fees, yeah, that's an interesting number. Hmm. So these orange numbers that are on the sheet that's the city's final tally?
No, they haven't given it to us.
You don't have the city's numbers?
That's Tuesday.
Yeah,
So get them tomorrow then.
probably.
Well, there's another factor.
Finance meeting on September 23rd.
Oh, you have to think.
That's our scheduled meeting, and I've run into other issues, they're changing meetings.
That's
And
one of
I'm not
the,
in favor of scheduling another special meeting.
Yep,
'Cause
that's
it
fair.
should have been paired, should have been moving forward.
well, the
Yeah.
fact.
Oh, we can do it at finance and anybody who wants to come can come.
Oh,
It's an open meeting.
Yeah, and that I will open it to the board.
One of these
'Cause it's
reasons for
significant.
an extension is that these numbers are not final.
Yeah,
That's a big chunk of our budget.
yeah.
Well, they do it to us all the time, yeah, but that's where it's going.
That's been-
Not ready.
That's been one of the difficult things, right? Is that we're waiting on certain information.
Absolutely.
Right,
I
that's another
appreciate
reason for the extension.
complexity.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Also, I mean, Katrin did most of the preparation for this, but she's on maternity leave now, and Rebecca's new in the role. And she's still learning.
You call her, no,
Um,
doesn't matter, we're not ready.
So-
We're not
But
ready.
that's not
Okay,
gonna
we
stop
can-
this now,
From the city.
okay?
Yeah.
And that's what you're going to the city with, we're not ready to proceed. We have a finance meeting currently scheduled for September 23rd.
yeah.
We need all our ducks in order by then.
Yeah. So-
That's where we're gonna-
So can I have a motion to ask for an extension from city, and then also to update our supplemental request?
Absolutely. Is there a motion, and support for that motion?
I will make the motion.
Thank you, Kevin, second.
Second.
Jamie, any opposed to online or in the room? Motion is unanimously supported. Okay, that takes us to number 6, library temporary closure. Considering this is a special meeting for one item only, I'm gonna defer that. If somebody gives me a reason why it has to be dealt with right now. And which means our regular board meeting is number 7, it's on September 29th. Is there anything else?
Do we need a motion to allow finance committee to make the decision? Or are we waiting until the 29th?
How many people on the finance committee?
2, 3, 4,
Enough that's quorum,
probably.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I will open it to the board
Um,
and with an explanation.
and then how much of an extension are we asking for?
The budget deliberation meeting is November.
So let's ask for 3 weeks. We're gonna ask tomorrow. No, let's ask for a month.
That's for a month.
Yeah, the board, you can use the board's regular set meeting as a place to be.
Yeah, I would give us at least that much.
Maybe that sends a message too, that this, they're continually changing scheduled events and pushing us to do a meeting in the summer, so.
Yeah.
It's not really acceptable.
Without scheduling or calling a meeting in the summer, we have to approve the budget by June,
Mm.
and we don't even get some of this information until the summer.
Well, we don't have the information now, if the city doesn't give you the salary numbers.
Yeah, I mean, they might have sent it to Rebecca, she's on vacation right now, but I don't think so.
Regardless, even if they send it to us now, it's very difficult to get that done like in a week. And if you want it right, then we need more time.
Yeah,
Any other business?
Just, are you sure you don't want to approve this?
I don't
What
see
is
why
it?
I can't wait till the end of September.
Okay, because the
did you-
Sue today wants a confirmed booking.
That's fine. We can still do the club.
Why is it different from every other booking? Why do we have to do it here?
Exactly. There's
Is it controversial?
No, it's not controversial. It requires a early closure of the North Branch, and I get board approval for
Right.
that.
Point is, this meeting was called for one item.
Yeah, and I think that we'd forget the end.
Yeah, okay. Perfect.
It's
Plus,
it'll work anyway.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Have a
All
nice
right.
evening.
thanks,
Thanks, Matthew.
Goodbye.
thanks.
bye, Steve. Bye.
Bye.
Bring it out.